Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry, and we're continuing our off-season look in today's episode 178. And looking at every rookie the Bengals have added this offseason, not just the draft where they only had 6 picks. They had a strong free agent class, an undrafted free agent signing class. And we've already looked at many of the big names. So if you're looking for those big names, head back a few episodes. You may want to look at Seth McLaughlin or Caleb Etienne, these offensive linemen, these defensive linemen, Howard Cross and Eric Gregory. Maybe Jordan Moore at wide receiver. If those are the guys you're looking for, well, head on back. While you're there, why don't you hit the subscribe button on the First Star YouTube media page and check out my other episodes. Check out Dave Lapham's episodes. And, Dave Lapham, while you're there, if you're a season ticket holder, why don't you vote for him for the Bengals Ring of Honor? I don't want to influence you too much. You know who you're voting for already, but it is something to talk about once the voting has concluded, maybe later in the summer. Talk about the guys that are eligible. They're all worthy, but, consider my guy, Dave Lapham, a little bit, will you? Moving on, another guy you should consider and who is worthy of an episode of Bengals on the Brain of the undrafted class, Bralyn Lux, corner out of Texas Tech via Fresno State, 5 years in college, so a little bit older. He's a little bit smaller. He's 5'10", 179. 71-inch wingspan, not very big, not very long. Typically, those guys are going to get kicked inside, but he played on the outside. And he's not the quickest, not the fastest. I like his ball skills. I like the way he tackles. I like his aggressiveness. We'll talk about the evaluation part after the film. But when I look at the data profile, because I'm not really selling you here. If I'm like, hey, he's not big, he's not fast. He's wearing 21. You know who else wasn't big and fast? Mike Hilton wasn't either. Maybe we got another undrafted Mike Hilton type situation here. Got a good game lined up where he hit 7 tackles. His run stop rate, if you look at the draft spreadsheet, 91st percentile. That's good. You like to see that. He's going to get targeted 9 times in this game. I think he gives up 4 catches with a pass breakup. And it's against Arizona and Tetairoa McMillan, who was a top 10 pick. So if there's a game to watch of Bralyn Lux, make sure I say that name. I don't know if I said it earlier. I did. And now I remember. Bralyn Lux, cornerback versus Arizona State. No, Arizona. Roll the film. Arizona, Texas Tech. I said Bralyn Lux wears 21. He is wearing 21 for the Bengals. He's wearing 0 for Texas Tech, who is in white and blue and red, or white, black, and red. Are they black? I know they're black and red. I'm saying they look like they're wearing navy blue here. They look too close. These look too similar. I don't like that. Just off the start, negative vibes from the film. They look too similar. Bralyn Lux at the top of the screen as Tet. Was this an RPO? Is that why Tet turned the way he did? Yeah, I think there's no way. The lineman was down the field. Anyways, Bralyn Lux, I like how snappy he looked right there. As we're going to watch, I'm going to skip these plays if he's not involved. Because cornerback, like I said, targeted in 9 plays, makes 7 tackles, get a good amount of plays here where he will get involved in. Again, I like the way he's an off coverage here, facing inside. Typically, when you see a guy off and eyes inside with a single high free safety, we can look at a cover 3 type situation. If I was guessing right off the beginning look, right? But as it turns here, he transitioned, completely covering his guy. As he turns to run upfield, there is a point here, that you have to flip your hips and run downfield. You can't let the guy run past you. And when that guy flips his hips, when the DB flips his hips, we don't talk too many corners. We haven't watched corners in a while. This is when the receiver throttles down and makes his move, right, wherever he's going to go. And in this sense, I think here, if I remember correctly, he's going to break out or curl back towards the sideline. And let's watch how Lux hits it, right? Throttles down, plants that foot right there, and works back with the receiver. Let's see how good he does here. Very nicely, right? So watch it in full speed now. Open, turn, run, stop, go with him. I mean, that is sticky coverage. Remember if you see PFF grades, his grades are whatever. We'll talk about that later. It's one of the reasons why he didn't score high for us as a prospect. He was scored super low for us. But I liked him better when I watched him on tape. And someone on Twitter, I'm sorry that I called you someone. I can't remember your name now off the top of my head, but you were invaluable. You sent me a bunch of clips to watch, and I thought that was great. Thank you. We got a wide receiver screen. Here he goes. So let's watch Lux here as he's going to drift off in the coverage, but he realizes very quickly we've got a screen set up, and he can tell. He's reading this very quickly by the release of both of these two that, oh, I need to come down and make this play. He's going to take the outside path to avoid the blocker, but what this does is allow the receiver to probably gain a couple extra yards that otherwise I don't think he would have had he taken on that blocker and maybe went through him. But the key point there is the recognition very, very quickly that, oh, it's a screen. Let me do something about it. Again, how quickly is he breaking on these? He almost got off balance here, but you got your T-step, right? If your foot is like this and your foot is angled that way. Now let's watch him plant and drive. He's on it. We're going to keep it going so we don't have to watch. Oh, God, he got crushed, huh? Defense seems to be doing their job here against Arizona. Again, another run where he's outside fighting with his receiver. I do like to see that. Condensed formation. He's in zone. He's got to be aware of the guy underneath. Number 2 there. It's going this way, and then he's got to protect this way. So they're kind of trying to catch him here and catch the safety here. And you can, depending on where Lux goes, if he carries this guy, I'll throw it under here. If he goes underneath, I'll throw it to this guy, right? But quickly, the quarterback's off of it, and he's throwing the other way. So we will skip that and get back to the sideline angle where we could see Bralyn Lux do his thing. 3rd and 9 now. Press coverage. Doesn't get a hand on him. Okay, double move. And a deep ball. Incomplete. There we go. This is a big play to watch then. He tries to make that contact there on the stutter. So we got a stutter and go. I think he moves very well with this. If he was faster, because the only negative is what? The regaining of speed after he throttles down here. So boom, and the go. There is some separation here, but this is not bad at all. Turn and he looks for the ball. I wish I could see, hopefully when they give us the other angle, I want to see if this is why I watch the TV copy sometimes for these positions that are so far away. I want to see, because he looks back at the receiver here, and now the receiver is high pointing this ball. Does he play through the hands? Is that what happened here? Because it looks like that's what happened. It looks like playing through the hands. What I mean is, the receiver goes up this way, you're going to go up in between, and I can't catch the ball. See my microphone? Pretend that your hand is a DB right here, and the receiver's here. If you put your hand between there, how do I catch the ball? Right? But if you look back for the ball, as people will scream all the time, he didn't look back for the ball. You got to look for it. You don't have to look back for the ball as long as you don't. There's no face guarding rule. As long as you don't contact that receiver and disrupt that receiver, you are good. That's why you'll see defensive backs. There are a lot of times they are taught to play the hands, because turning and looking for the ball, you're going to lose that receiver if you don't have great ball skills. So it looks like that's what happened there. But that's our first target of the game. And maybe a pass defensed. He's in the slot here, sort of, as the guy gets motioned out wide, just to be sure that arrow wasn't very clear here. So watch him in this press situation from the slot. Very good. He's on him, right? Little grabby there, but I think he's fine. I don't think that's called. And he covers that very well. So Bralyn Lux again, see if we can see anything there. Yeah, a little bit grabby. I'm not sure that gets called. That is run of the mill grabbing. On the outside again. Bailing. Run coming your way. Defeat the blocker. Oh, see, there is value in this. He's got his eyes as he opens up his hips here. He's got his eyes in the backfield. He quickly sees what's happening, discards the receiver, gets back down, and he was going to play outside too. He remembers he has to stay. He's the most outside guy. You see right there how he gets back to the outside. There's some intelligence. That's a fun play. Doesn't work. All the way on the outside, short side of the field. Eyes on the quarterback. Sees that wheel route all the way here. I think this quarterback is looking for a slot wheel. We're going to get this outside guy to settle here while the slot is going to run down towards the sideline. Watch Lux as he's got his eyes in the backfield. He sees what's happening. Easily transitions to the other guy, running that up the field. Now the quarterback's running, trying to do something with the ball. Finds another receiver. And it looks like he may have completed that pass. So good job on the quarterback there. Working his way back in. Oof. Shot. McMillan, number 4, right? Here's Lux getting involved in the run game. Staying clean, staying free, fighting with this guy. Let's see. He's number 0 all the way on the right here. He's got to defend to the outside, but once he sees this play, he's definitely going to the inside. He dives in, makes contact, doesn't let that guy slip out of his grasp, and helps make the tackle. Failing an opening to the inside. We got a deep ball. Yes, throw it. Oh, out of bounds. I like the way he ran with him. Watch Lux on the outside. Turn, run. I mean, there's a reason he doesn't throw this ball. He's got safety help, but he's on top of him. If that's Jamar Chase, I'm throwing this dang ball, but he's with him. Collegiate level, asking him to do what he needs to do there. Fakes his jam, then runs with. Oh, I thought we were running slant there. So he fakes the punch, then makes contact, slows his receiver down just a little bit. I thought this was going to be a slant here. He's actually pivoting and trying to get back outside. This, if you threw it, could be called for illegal contact at the NFL level. But he's skirting that line pretty well there. He let go right at that point. Let's see if we can see him in the bottom of the screen to the right here, if we do see that contact. Again, that is borderline. I don't think it's egregious. I don't think it's obvious. I think that's good coverage. That's physical coverage. I think the best corners in the league are physical cover guys that disrupt receivers and just toe the line of fair and foul. Oh, he completely abandoned this guy, and we're going deep ball. Oh, we're overthrown, aren't we? Let's watch Lux here. He's the outside guy, and he sees the reverse. He runs with this reverse the whole way, but they pitched it back to the quarterback, which I think is a great design. I need to know who this guy is. Is this a tight end? Because if we're running this, that's what's open. Everyone bailed this way to go get on Tet McMillan. Everyone's going this way. You're open guys, the tight end. Come back to this in the future. Reverse, flip it back to the quarterback. Is that what happened? Yeah. Jet, reverse, flip back to the quarterback. And I get it. It's a shot play design, and he's open. But you come back to that tight end, and that could be a big play. Screen going away from Lux here. Let's see if he gets involved. No. We will keep it moving. 7-0. Press situation again. And the defense is blowing that up for a tackle for a loss. We've got some Arizona Bengals fans out there. Very happy when we got Tanner McLaughlin. And this defense, what's his number? Is that 10 at linebacker? He's flown around a couple times. Yeah, that is 10. Hurting a little bit. 4th and 1. No, that must have been the field goal play, huh? Sometimes that doesn't show. Sometimes that shows the last play. All right, not involved in this one. Keep it moving. I want to see where he's at here. 2nd and 9 for Lux all the way on the outside, only playing the one side. And if I remember correctly, he usually only plays this one side. So again, we're talking about a guy who may have to transition into the slot, and yet not a ton of experience there. I want to say 28 career snaps in the slot. Big run left side. I want to know if Lux had a chance to, if he's just going for, oh, he went for that ball hit. He tried to knock that thing out. That's what I thought he was doing. You can force a fumble that way, right? The guy doesn't see you're coming against the grain, horizontal to him. All right, this play goes the opposite direction. They're really going opposite direction. I can't believe he gets 9 targets in this game. And that's according to PFF charting. There you go, slant. No. Where the? And he's blocking. Go block. Oh, you got a little greedy. Too far ahead. Lux. Who picked this off? Oh, it was tipped. I'm telling you 10. I'm telling you 10. He has flashed a couple times. Here we go. We're breaking the cycle here of watching Lux. We're gonna focus on somebody else. I need a name for what I call these when we diverge from the path and end up watching somebody else. Watch 10 here, one-on-one with the running back. Take that hit, dip underneath him, just get in the quarterback's face and tip that ball into the air for an interception on the defensive line. Big man running with the ball. Good job, 10. Really good job. 15-3 now. Lux is on the other side now. I'm going to get his snap breakdown left and right. Oh, good catch, Tet. I want to see the catch. 10 blitzing again. Well, we're getting distracted. 10. Give me his name. Someone in the comments will give me his name. Watch, it'll be someone that has already been drafted. That happened on the Notre Dame video. I'm just completely forgetting. I'm already like in my mind mode of thinking, oh, these are next year's guys because the Bengals didn't get them. And it was Riley Mills. Of course it was. Hopefully 10 wasn't drafted already. But let's see him here on this play again as he blitzes. Linebacker's like, I've had enough of you. This is a different line. Or the running back. This is a different running back. Takes that hit, stays on his feet, regains himself, dives back at the QB for a shot, tag teaming with his other linebacker partner there. Look at this hit on the quarterback. Wham! And then a nice catch. That's a nice throw and catch. You're getting heat like that. They're going to split you in two. All right. He's got to play that. Does a good enough job. He's going to make sure tight end's not getting it. Okay, let me come down and get to the running back, force him out of bounds. Now 2nd and 7. It's all over this. I mean, I think the quarterback's thinking, I've got a speed motion where we're going to snap it here. He's behind this guy, so that should change up who's got who, right? Cause a little bit of confusion, but this guy's running the speed, and you always think he's running deep when you do this, and he's going to cut it back towards the sideline. And watch Lux. Let's see his footwork as he gets to that spot, trying to make sure he's the deepest man, not let this guy pass me. Break down, close the gap. If you want to throw that ball, you can, but he's going to be in his hip pocket. So let's see here. Throws it away. Again, I think it's a good coverage play for Lux. Press situation. We're pressing down the field. Oh, a little bit of holding. See, I think we can get a penalty on that one. Do we get a penalty? We do. All right. So now he's getting called for that, being a little grabby. He's going to be on the outside. Can't see it there. I like the way he comes back to this ball and attacks it, though. Right here. Attacks the hands, knocks it away. Sure, it's a penalty. He's been a bit grabby today. We're actually seeing them get into press situations. You don't see that a ton in college with these guys. Some defenses do, some defenses you never see it. And there's an open pass over the middle against Tech McMillan as Lux is unable to keep up with him on the inside deep breaking route. Right here, he's pressing. You're going to see Tet push right there. Very common. I'm going to hold with my hand as best as I can without getting called. I'm going to push as a receiver without getting called, right? It's football. It's a physical game. But that break inside was clean by Tet McMillan. Good anticipation. Throws. The quarterback is getting hit again. He's under fire. Jeez. We got a mini battle going on here between number 10 at linebacker on the left side here and this running back. Boom, took his hip out. The game within the game. That's what it is. Breaking down a specific Bengals play that doesn't have to do with the title of the episode. Part 3. Off coverage here, looking inside. We're going the other way. And did that safety catch that ball? My voice is getting high because it could have been impressive. Let's see. We got hands on the ball and a toe in. No way. Dude, that's a great play. Yes, he did. Press situation again. Press. Now turn and run. Let's see if you can. And by then, the D-line is getting there. I'd like to see this ball get thrown. 11, I mean, the ball is there. I mean, you got enough time there. But once you start running into the coverage or into the pressure, the pass rush lanes, well then, can't complain about pressure. All right, you got no one there. Let's see where he goes here. We got a screen. It is not completed. I would like to see them take on a blocker there and see what would happen. Oh, let me go back. Sorry about that. Okay, still same side on the outside. We got a deep ball, deep route situation. He's on it, right? Again, he is covering this really well. And there's subtle adjustments by the receiver. I think that is Tet McMillan. I can't see the number from here. But little hezzy step and then go deep. And then as he sees the quarterback's breaking off, he's going to try and throttle down and break back to the ball. Good separation there. Let's see if it stays. Yeah, that was good separation. Lux really had to regain himself. But I think he covered it well through 95% of it. He's got the tight end here, out route and up. He turns into a comeback route. And is it caught? Jeez. I mean, how long is this guy going to cover for? We're covering the tight end here. Sometimes that happens, right? As maybe 3 receivers are over on the side. I didn't see what formation it was, but I was looking at as he does the out route there, turns it into an out and up, and then he's going to throttle down and come backwards. Let's see. Yeah, he did catch it. I think he did. It's a good, really good play by the tight end, actually. Can't cover forever. I'd like him to make a better play on that ball if possible. That's where the short arms versus the tight end. Big disadvantage for Lux. McMillan, too. I mean, right? There's big disadvantage for him against Tet McMillan as well. All right, we're covering the deep, throttle it back. Is that caught? Could not tell. Sometimes the TV copy is better for this. They'll give you an instant replay, slow motion HD. I can see his movement skills from here. That is not caught. So we've got to be about 5 targets in by now. He gives up 4 catches on 9 targets, by the way. I don't know if I said that earlier. I don't want to give that away. Rodriguez is the name of number 10. I just saw the back of his jersey. Coming across. Dumps it down to the running back. Lux is jogging through the play on the opposite side, so we're going to keep it moving. The next play here should be first down. He's in the slot here against Tet McMillan. That's going to stop and curl up. And we got a go ball on the other side to the tight end. Back to the outside, top of the screen. He's in zone coverage, so he allows the receiver to get free, and the quarterback is throwing it away once again. I don't think he likes to sit in the pocket very much. Very deep off coverage here. And the quarterback takes a hit, does not get this throw on target over the middle, just a little bit leading too far. He has to throw so much anticipation because he's under siege. Enough of him. Back on Bralyn Lux. We got a deep ball. I'd love to see this thrown. Because he just that hesitation step and then try to get to the outside. I want to see the ball skills. I want to see that thrown 15 times so I can get a good evaluation. I feel like their tight end, 88 there, is a big part of their offense. 10 making a tackle at linebacker again. Since Lux isn't involved here, let's watch 10. Let's see what he does. Captain of the defense here. Yeah, just reading it, filling, making a nice secure tackle. As Lux is like, hey, bro, right? There's too much going on here. You're doing too much. Off coverage again. Single eye safety, cover 3. So this isn't on Lux. I wonder if it was charged. It's just a hole in the zone. It might be. They might charge that to Lux. I mean, that's like the 5th read. That's 88 again. That's a tight end. I like the way he looks. Is it wrong that I'm assuming it's a tight end because he wears 88? No, he's been lined up. Yeah, he's lined up at tight end right now. I don't want to make any assumptions just based on the number. Maybe his dad wore 88 as a receiver in the 80s, 90s, even early too. Marvin Harrison. Okay, fade ball. Here we go. Yeah, we got good coverage here. He's in the slot here to the left. And he sees it right away. That hesitation. As soon as you see that, I'm thinking either you're running a slant and I got inside help with that safety there, or you're setting me up for a fade. And he turns and runs with it, gets great position, gets on top with his I should draw this, what I mean. So a second ago, he was more like here, and he turns and gets his hips here. And that way you can see the ball. Here it is. And still backpedal. So he's in good coverage. I'll go back a click and see if I can show you what I mean. There's a second here where he changes his body positioning. Right. That might even be too late. There. He's more inside when he transitions and turns. And then as he flips right there and looks and tries to locate the ball, he's going to get more on top of the receiver, make contact, and slow him down. That's the best way to slow down a receiver is being on top of them. He's going to have to run through you. If he's to your side or even at an angle, a 45 angle, and you're grabbing and trying to slow him down, that's an obvious pass interference situation, right? Stay on top of the guy. You don't have to worry about it. Nice. We got a deep hook. Oh, stay with it. Yeah, throttle down with the receiver. He's at the bottom of the screen, by the way, if you didn't see it. He moves well on these. Any of these deep comebacks, stop routes, I think he's playing it really well. 11 taking a beating. We're in the 4th quarter now. Off coverage, eyes inside. We've got he makes contact. What happens? This receiver gets a good shot on him, huh? Yeah, McMillan just pushes him out, regains his footing, and absorbs the hit and contact, forcing the running back, I think, too, is running back, right? No, it's slot receiver. Okay. Forcing him out of bounds after just a short game. Modest game? Yeah, he got 5. 2nd and 5. Run going this way, taking the fight to McMillan there, and help get involved in the run game. I like what I mean by taking the fight to him is when he realizes here for sure it's a run. I'm going to go engage. And not only, remember, he's got to stay to the outside. So he's going to attack this outside shoulder. He's going to fight through and push the edge, That's right. Push the edge as close to the running back as possible. Right here, he's going to fight inside. It's only a little bit. It wasn't as big as the way I drew it, but you'll see what I'm saying. A lot of guys will hang back. Maybe I'll play soft and just play my position. No, Lux is fighting through there. Against a much bigger receiver, too. I want to make that known. Tet's not the longest guy. He's not T. Higgins, but he's big. This is good zone coverage. Good job by the quarterback, too. So as Lux is down here, again, we've seen these combo routes before. They've been all day, right? If it's like that, I kind of get it caught in no man's land. I got to pick one sometimes, one or the other, and the quarterback may throw off it on a high-low read. But right here, he sees 4 goes inside this time. Instead of going out, as he's done a couple of times, he's hooking up underneath here. And he knows those windows are covered. Wherever you want to hook up is the quarterback's looking, right? Where's the quarterback looking? Right there. And so I'm going to drive down and take this underneath guy and hope my inside guys can play defense. And that's what Lux does right here. Transitions, turns, takes the underneath. If you want to throw that for a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain, feel free. McMillan, on the other hand, because we have these little zone covered, he's going to go, do I want to be in this window? Do I want to be in this window? Where do you want to go? How far do you want to keep drifting down? And he finds the open area right there for the first down. It's a really good job versus zone coverage. Ten got a little bit wild there. He's the one who stepped up and opened that hole, opened that window. Oh, it's 18-16. We got a game here. And we need our defensive player we're watching to make a play. He's making a tackle here as the unblocked defender on the outside. Fills very nicely, quickly, latches on. Good grip strength as he's sliding, as his bottom half is sliding on the turf. So far, I like his reaction time and in coverage. When he fires his gun to go attack and play the run and make a tackle. Arizona kicks the field goal to go up 19-18. There's 8:21 clock rolling. Lux on the bottom of the screen, off coverage. We've got a little outlet pass to the tight end. Doesn't go our direction. We're going to keep it moving. You know what? Maybe we're not going to keep it moving. This ball's thrown a little bit behind him. No, it's not. It's fine. Never mind. I thought he caught it and spun. And my eyes deceived me. He's all over this route again here. Tet's going to give him a little bit of a shake. Man, Lux looks unbothered. First down, Arizona, as they have the lead here, and they are milking the clock a little bit. They're picking up positive gains. They can pick up 7 yards on the first down. That's not good for you, Texas Tech. You look like you were in blue. That's why. And first down, Arizona to the 33-yard line. Nothing here for Lux. Let's see. Can we get one more target? There's a lot of time left still. There's 4 minutes left in this tape. He gets another target. No way. He has to. Lots of runs, though. Again, we're going with that slot fade. What I say earlier, right? A lot of times you're just hooking up with this guy while the outside guy runs a slot fade. I love the slot fade. I think it's a fun play. Lux does his job. 13 can't get it out of bounds. The tuba player, though, he took it in the backside. Not the tuba, just the cone of shame. 3rd and 8. Save some clock if you can force an incompletion. He's with this route again. Bottom of your screen. Double move. Man, he covers that really well. He's still on top of the receiver there at the end. Oh, he almost threw a pick. Texas Tech is up now. They must have kicked a field goal. Now, Arizona needs to come back. They must not have got a field goal on their 4th down. They must have missed it. We're in a press situation. Nope, bail out of there. Curl, and the ball goes the other way. We got a forced fumble. Did 10 get it out? Oh, if it's 10. Yes, it was 10. Watch 10 on this too. All right, we're gonna go off. We're gonna get sidetracked. We got a new man crush. 10 here. Eyes inside at 88. It's gonna hook up between the two linebackers, right? We got one linebacker here. We got a linebacker here. The check down here over the middle is 88. And you're gonna see the eyes of 10, the linebacker, Rodriguez, I believe, quickly go, get on him. And now when he gets to him, he looks to the right, sees the ball's being completed. Tet McMillan, 10's going to peel off, come get it, and punch this thing out. Peanut Tillman punch. Ball out in the fourth quarter. 10 with a game, 28-19 now. What a big swing. Sealing that one. Oh, he looks like he's struggling to stay with Tet McMillan there. Again, I talked about this, bringing guys in motion, then snapping it right when they're behind somebody else. The corner does a good job of getting here and getting over the top and being free. Sometimes if they're, you can get caught in traffic here, or it's, oh, do you have this guy or do I have this guy? Who's got who? Here they're playing man coverage. That's your man. He comes in motion. You stay with him. So Lux does a good job carrying over the top, staying with him, and getting here. Now we're getting vertical, and we're going to break inside for Tet McMillan. And Lux almost falls here. I'd like to, when we flip it around, we'll get a good angle of this. But he stays on his feet. Does he slow down Tet McMillan? And the ball is incomplete, led a little bit too far. But does he slow McMillan down, which is why this ball was led a little bit too far? So here's Lux. Look, this is right when he looks like he's about to be off balance. And he recovered. He recovers pretty well, I think, overall. We've seen him on against a lot of double moves in this game. And he seems to, their feet get tied up at the end. I want to see. This is like, why does it matter? No, yeah, I think they do get tied up. Both of them ended up with a freeze frame with the right leg. But we've seen a lot of double moves, and he recovers very well. Oh, we got a big play. He took off, too, when he saw that. I want to point out Lux here because at this point right here, he is taking off and running this way because, can he tell that this guy's not going to make the tackle, or does he realize there's only two guys there? I need to get on my horse right now and take off. He would have been the last line of defense had something happened there. All right, 28-19, minute 38. Arizona needs a little something. They need some magic. And that ball gets thrown away. Does a good job, again, staying with his guy. The play's getting broken, and he's still with him. You'll see him come across the middle here. And that wasn't the initial route. Yeah, we don't get to see him, actually. Second down, minute 28. Let's get one more target. Slot fade again on that side. We've seen that play before. Has not worked any of these times. I don't see 10 on the field. Different set of linebackers here. Everyone getting some playing time, maybe? Maybe they're getting tired. Who knows? You wouldn't be rotating backups in, would you? You want to complete these 2-yard passes, you go right ahead. Does not affect us. All right, we got off coverage here for Lux. Eyes inside. He sees. He's on it. He's got off coverage. It's a pretty easy assignment there. I wondered if he thought, should I jump on this slot? But then he breaks inside with the guy that's breaking inside. Nothing to see there. Next play is a 3rd and 9. We'll probably only get 2 more plays, it looks like, with the way the clock looks at the bottom of my screen here. And we've got a sack. Nothing for Lux. Is that the last play? Yeah, they must have kicked a field goal and then didn't get it, obviously. All right. As I was processing that last video, I remember I sneezed during that film review, and I meant to edit it out. And hopefully Dave Burke caught it. And if you did, Dave Burke, you are the man. Thank you for that. And if not, that's fine. People can see behind the scenes. Anyway, Bralyn Lux versus Arizona. I thought that was a good quality game for him. Again, I thought he showed good coverage ability, good mentals, quick reactor, physical versus the run, willing tackler, all those things. His PFF grade was like a 59 this past year. Not good at all. His PFF grade in 2023, yes, let me make sure my years are correct here, was like a 79, much better. Numbers across the board were better. So had he have been a better prospect if he came out a year ago? Maybe, possibly, but he's still small. Still not the most athletic guy, right? I think he's given up 14 touchdowns, or he's been charged with 14 touchdowns. Only has 4 picks in his career, 20 passes defensed. I also looked up his slot snaps, 70 in his career. He does have some box snaps, which count as like slot, in my opinion, strong safety type, or when you're the only defender on that side. We saw it on the tight end play that up and then come back play. The quarterback's got 3 seconds to throw the ball. Anyway, the split between left and right corner was large. It was like 3 times as much, I think, right corner over left corner. So there is some transition. There is some development there of if he's going to be a slot guy, but I think he at least shows enough skills to stick on a team as a practice squad guy at the very least, and maybe more. We'll see what he can turn into. We'll see what Bralyn Lux. He's got a great name. He's got a good number assigned to him with the Bengals. He's interesting enough on tape, even if his profile says he's probably not going to do anything in the NFL ever. Those are the guys that I like to root for sometimes, to see if they can break the mold, be something more. And sometimes that's where they get drafted or undrafted, right? These guys that aren't the prototypical size, not the prototypical speed, whatever it may be. They don't get drafted, but sometimes they work out. It's funny because I think if you guys do the shadow team thing, where you draft along and try and build a team using the actual draft, the hard part, I know the tip I give people all the time when we get to undrafted free agents, I said, just don't take the top guys. The top undrafted guys rarely become anything unless it's like a Vontaze Burfict situation where the guy should have been a first round pick, second round at the very least, just completely. Obviously, you can see something's wrong with the guy, right? And he became a good player, but the risk wasn't worth it for teams to draft him. When it's someone like this that never really had a shot to get drafted at all, those guys tend to be the ones that end up being good players as undrafted free agents, just under the radar their whole lives, and they've been dealing with it forever, and it's nothing new. And I'm going to show you now why they're underrated once again. So that's our film review on Bralyn Lux, Texas Tech from Fresno. In the NIL era, are we going to list every college they went to, or do we just say the one they finished with? Like, you might have a degree from Fresno and then went and played football the last 2 years, right, at Texas Tech. Whatever to me. We got a couple other players that I find interesting in this offseason topic that we're doing for Bengals on the Brain. And we got, so I would say, about 2 more episodes at the very least. See if anyone else pops up that I find interesting, or maybe someone's like, no, watch that guy, watch this game. People are still sending me after I watch like Howard Cross. I'm not just watching one game. I'm just using one game. So we don't have a 5-hour episode. But if someone says, hey, watch this game, and I didn't, I will. I got some free time here as I'm softball season, and watching the girls play and just sitting back sometimes while they're warming up. I'll watch a game or two as fast as I can and get ready for it. So next time on Bengals on the Brain, we're going to dive into some more undrafted free agents. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the First Star Media YouTube page. Until next time, Who Dat?
Bengals fans, tired of the same old post-game chatter? Want real insight beyond the scoreboard? Then you need Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry, presented by First Star Logistics. Joe Goodberry isn't just a fan, he's a die-hard Bengals football analyst. Every week, Joe dives deep into the Bengals game film, breaking down the plays that mattered, revealing hidden strategies, and uncovering the true impact of individual performances. Get ready for post-game analysis like you've never heard before, player evaluations that go beyond the stats, and the most in-depth Bengals draft coverage on the internet. Don't just watch the Bengals, understand the Bengals. Subscribe to Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry on the First Star Media Group's YouTube channel. Get smart, get obsessed, get Bengals on the Brain.